Okay, so the first journal is by this shark painting at the south top end of Old Faithful Isle. It's over by this palm tree right here, if you can see it. Read Amaranta's secret journal. This is the first one. I pressed A instead. The more I try to be like the rogue, the more connections, however tenuous, I can see. It makes me think. Me, my own thoughts. Anything is better than trying to think like her. We both wear masks, but hers doesn't even hide her identity. Doesn't strike fear into anyone. What's the point? And there's another thing. The whole pointed beak thing, it's ridiculous. She must have worn that thing for a reason, right? She wasn't uneasy in the eye from what I hear, and she wasn't one for attending masquerades. It looks like it's made of bone, but what sort of skull is that? A giant parrot? No, it's made up. It's another example of her ridiculous quirkiness, as false as fake coin. So maybe the mask isn't what it appears. It's not worn for effect. It must be worn for some other reason. It must have been useful to the rogue in some other way. But how? Perhaps Duke will have more luck in the quest at Kraken's Fall. And that is it. The second journal that's on Old Faithful Isle is right by this tallest watchtower. I just heard phantoms. Please do not spawn up here. Where's the rock? There's a rock that it's laying on right there. Read Amaranta's secret journal number 2. Like hunting treasure, seeking mystic truths in the sea, Thieves is a demanding exercise. We must try to follow in the rogue's footsteps, yes, but then we must attempt to then go beyond. What was she doing traveling from place to place? Although we can retrace her footsteps, it is difficult to guess what maps or pointers she was beholden to, what steered her course. Can you quit? Where are you? Hope my ship's okay. Now where is that rock again? Hit that one. Trying to think like the rogue is not easy. She was a romantic, given to bouts of whimsy. This is almost poison to my soul. However, if we are to locate the most precious prize, we may have to embrace her methods, much as it pains me to do so. How ironic it is that the rogue would fall foul of every curse for which she sought a cure. Did she know what would happen to her? If so, she should have embraced, as Sister did. On Marauder's Ark, by this Kraken skull, if you go up behind it, over here, to this rock, there's the Warsmith's secret journal. So, Briggsy was more of a sentimental fool than ever I gave her credit for. She's left journals for a child to follow, thinking what? That she might pass on her legacy? Ha! Can you stop? Where are you? Come on, where did you go? You can finally leave me alone? Perhaps she was not persistent Oh, it's not persistent. Perhaps she was not prescient after all. If she had foreseen her fate, there would be better methods to avoid it than a paltry book of pirate platitudes. But she is insidious. Her weasel words have wormed their way into my mind, and she has planted her penchant for the eccentric like a cuckoo laying her eggs in the nest of another. And yet I now realize that this all too human side of her nature is in fact an innate weakness, one I can exploit. Attempting to think like Brixie has not given me access to her memories or been a revelation in how she navigated, but it has planted the seed of an intriguing and insidious idea. Still on Marauders Arc, there's another patch over by this lantern up here at the top. If you go down past it, I love how there's a blue glow. Why is there a blue glow here? The Warsmith journal is the fourth journal is here. What if the rogue had given up her quest not because it was too difficult or too dangerous? What if instead she had found another way to come back? Says she were still out there, not the rabid dog she became as a skeleton lord, but the same peculiar adventurer who told tales to the child Tasha in her father's tavern. I know Madame Olivia still guards Brixie's skull. She guards it close. The Order of Souls are so fearful of their own methods it makes cowardice a virtue. Perhaps the old pirate prepared a way back for her spirit. Perhaps I am wrong, although I seldom am. We can certainly put this theory to the test and find out. Imagine, if she lives on, no matter the form, we can force the rogue from the shadows. We just need to threaten something or someone close to her pathetic heart. Okay, so at the Crooked Masts, there is, I want to say 2 journals here. One of them is here at these 3 palms, right here. The Wordsmith's Secret Journal. I find it amusing that what we seek now is of no personal interest to me. Only its applications for power and manipulation are important. There are many on the seas who would do anything to lay their fingers on a remedy for their emaciated condition. Not I. I embrace the power that a lack of flesh provides, but does Flameheart? He seems intent on returning to his mortal frame. The Ashen Lords, the Gold Hoarder, Briggsy herself, all may be lured to our service. They may at least be tempted by the chance of redemption, at least bodily restoration, certainly not salvation of the soul. Yet this is surely why Brixie searched for the cure all those years ago. She was weak and foolish to fancy she had a chance to deliverance from her growing curse. However, a useful fool she has proven, but a fool nonetheless. The second journal on Crooked Mats is by this 3 tentacled painting over here by the 3 palm trees, right here. This is a Warsmith journal. It's number 6 out of 8. I am acutely aware that the erstwhile Captain Briggsy never completed this quest. She was supposed to be legendary. She was capable of locating the most secret of treasures, solving the most impenetrable of clues, and, of course, breaking in or out of any brig, prison, or fortress. Yet something about this mission stopped her in her tracks. Whatever it was, nothing and no one will stop me. I am the Warsmith. Of course, we have the advantage of our point of view. The Sea of the Damned gives us a unique perspective, a way of seeing things, and an understanding of what it takes to bring things back. As the Dark Brethren follow the trail to where the most highly sought after reward might be secreted, I am sure we will face the same hurdle, but where Briggsy failed, I will triumph. On to Old Faithful. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I was kinda already there. Put on Petrol over by this lovely thing. Are you still there? No, it's a skeleton slope. Up over here, there are journals right here. It's Duke's journal this time. If I was trying to find something someone had taken someplace, I'd ask about, like, if I fancied my tankard filled and I couldn't see a tavern, I'd call her the nearest pirate. Which way to the tavern, mate? I'd ask, and he'd tell me, or he wouldn't, and I'd have to teach him a lesson. And if there wasn't a tavern, I'd ask if they'd had any ale on his ship. Direct and to the point. See? Of course, Miranda pointed out the old in my argument, didn't she? Captain Briggsy ain't here, Duke, and so we can't just ask her, can we? Well, no, that's true, but that's the point. I reckons that actually asking Briggsy is the only way you're gonna find out what she was doing. But I suppose she ain't about no more, so there you go. We've all got to run about pretending to be her, think like her, and what I think she'd be thinking is, it's past time for a pint. Reckon I've got time before. Aw, man, I didn't get to read it all. Oh, I was trying to read it all before. You suck, skeleton, you suck. Oh, you suck. Oh, man. Okay, come on. No, absolutely not. No, you can go away. Go away. I was trying to sprint across this with my sword and it didn't want to work. Anyway, let's go back to the story. No. Oh my god. Pull out my spyglass. No, that's still skeleton soup. Where's the book at? There it is. And what I think she'd be thinking is, it's past time for a pint. Reckon I've got time before Wanda gets back from Marauder's Arch. And that's it. The last journal is also on Kraken's Fall. You climb up to the tippy top of here. If you cannot tell, go to the trees here, and on this little rock is the last journal. Reckon what we've got here is a seagull chase. Nah, that's not right. A waste of time. Goose? Yes, wild goose chase, running all over the place looking for what Briggsy did years and years ago. Wanda, she don't like me calling her that. She's become obsessed by old Briggsy. Why didn't she do this? And why didn't she do that? Probably because she had grog to drink. I don't know. I can feel it in my gut.
in me gut. No, not the grog, alas. It's an ill wind that blows no good, and wandering all of the Sea of Thieves like a lost cabin boy ain't my type of capper. Wanda, I'm not afraid of her, is set on finding all these things she thinks will make her top sea dog. Beat Flameheart, beat Ramsay, and I want to do that myself, so I understand. But I do know that trying to act like Briggsy to unearth her secrets is like trying to sling a hammock between two sloops looking for a good night's kip. You'll end up sorely disappointed.